Hello, Leos. Welcome to your reading of September 3 through 9. My name is Dawn. You're listening to Dawn Williams Tarot. Sorry about that. I've saved the best for last. So I've done the last 11 signs. You are the last sign for me to complete this body of work. I'm going to let you know that this information that is coming through is available to you for this week because this is your message for the week of September the 3 through 9. However, the message is kind of timeless because there's going to be energy that's associated with this reading that is meant to be picked up by anyone who happens to listen to this message. It doesn't matter when, as long as you're in the sign of Leo, whether that is your sun, moon, or rising sign. The information that's coming through this week has to do with activations of your throat chakra. Specifically, the reason why we're working with the throat chakra this week is because there's so much energy on the planet right now that is trying to suppress our ability to speak our truth. There's information that is coming down that is trying to take away our First Amendment rights. There is going to be another round of potential lockups because they're saying that there's new variants that are coming from the pandemic, other strains, and all of that is very fear-based. So Spirit has asked me to work on activating, work on assisting as much as I possibly can with the limited reach that I have at this point with my channel to assist us with clearing that energy from our throat chakra. So the whole point of having this throat chakra activated is when we were in the lockdowns, when we were stuck at home, there was a lot of fear based in that with all of the things that happened as a result of that pandemic, the illnesses that people got, people going into the hospital, people, following the direction of the science, let's say. I have to be careful the way I say this information, was in a way to keep us in fear. It was a level of control, right? And they're going to try to instigate that again. So basically what these activations are doing is to try to keep you centered, try to get you to speak your truth using words that can communicate, but not in an angry, upset, lower energy way. This is meant to activate your throat chakra, right? And this work is being activated in connection with your heart chakra. Because of all of the stuff that had happened, our first and second, third chakras, where our solar plexus is, where our grounding root chakras are, a lot of that energy got blocked because we were in survival mode. Well, now it's time to integrate all the chakras back, put them all back online. And so when I sat down to do my meditations for this group of readings, the energy that was coming through was we need to work on the throat. However, that's not the only energy that's being worked on. We also have a minor chakra in the back. Actually, it's called our Alta Major. That is the connecting point of where our skull connects with our spinal column, okay? There is a chakra back there. And a lot of people don't talk about that chakra because most of the people that talk about chakras, they talk about the 7 main chakras. However, in order for us to step into our sovereignty, in order for us to step into our knowing, into our awareness, into our sovereignty, really, we need to have all those head chakras activated. So part of what the work we're starting with is with this throat chakra, which is also going to be activating your Alta Major. It's also going to be working on your ear chakras. It's going to be working on your pineal gland, your third eye chakra, as well as your crown. All of those are being worked, okay? But we start with the voice. This is what gives us the ability to communicate clearly with others. This allows us to speak our truth in a way that others can hear us and understand the expectation as to what we will allow in our lives and what we won't. So that is some of the energy that's going to be coming through. It's kind of like light codes. And because the intention is set for me to share that information with you, I'm hoping as my channel grows, if people come across this body of work, that it will help them activate their channels as well. One of the things that Spirit showed me from the very beginning was to utilize these blue stones, right? I've been working with crystals pretty much all my life. I was introduced to them at a very young age. I had a gentleman that lived next door to us that we used to call him the Rock Man, because he gathered big, huge geodes, and he would cut them up and wet sand them so that he could polish these, and he sold them as a side business. I didn't really understand that as a child, but my fascination and my introduction was from that very young age. So I've collected crystals and worked with crystals pretty much my whole life. This big, large blue crystal right here is called a blue kyanite. I believe that this really helps with your spiritual integration. It helps you with your speaking your truth. It helps activating your third eye chakra. It also works with your crown chakra as well, even though the crown chakra is associated with the purple violet ray. And this is your indigo ray. This is your blue ray. All these energies work to help us, right? They're all tools. They're not things that we worship. These are not false idols, none of that type of information. It's the kind of the same thing, the way that I look at tarot cards. These are just, these are avenues of guidance. These are tools of guidance. Once you are aware that something's coming towards you, then you have the free will choice to be able to decide to move to the right or move to the left, right? So whatever that may be for you. So these are tools. So this is blue kyanite. This is called apatite. And if you see, it's got all these beautiful levels of blue in this. It's one of my favorite stones, actually. This is another smaller piece of the same stone, but that's when I want to work with just things in my hand. I use the smaller pieces. This is blue calcite. This is blue agate. And then this stone right here is just a white quartz crystal, but it's shaped in the shape of the Merkaba. The Merkaba is the house. This is our vehicle that once we move out of these carbon-based bodies, we move through spirit with our Merkaba. And the Merkaba is the energy that's going to be activated once we start transitioning from carbon-based bodies to light-based bodies. And so you're hearing a lot more and more information about how we're transitioning up, that we're working through the density of the third dimension. Many of us are working in the fourth dimension. And some of us are working higher into the higher levels of the fourth dimension and into the fifth, sixth, and seventh. So that's the whole progression of the dimensional path. Now, I don't believe that it's a straight up and down. I believe that things are kind of spirals and kind of cyclical, and that at one point you can be up here and at another you can be down there, because we haven't quite gotten the energy mastered yet on this, in this reality. The planet herself, Gaia, is going through her ascension process as well. She has been granted the ability to do this. And she's going to be she's going to be moving up in her ascension process as well. So regardless of where you are on what you are doing with your spiritual path, or whether or not you've even been working a spiritual path, my abilities and being able to speak with you, being pushed out here into this area, this arena of, putting it out there. I'm really a very shy individual. I'm an introvert more than I'm an extrovert. So for me, this is a big step. I have been awake for a very long time. I've gathered a lot of information throughout my lifetime. I've gone through all kinds of things. So what I've been guided to do, I'm just going to follow that guidance. And I hope that you'll come along with me. My whole intention is to create a safe place for us to grow and to move together to try to help bring people up, right? We have enough negativity on the planet. We're working through a spiritual war right now. Excuse me. I guess I'm not supposed to talk about the spiritual war, but I'm going to talk about it. We are in a spiritual war. The dark has been in control of our planet for a very long time. We are waking up. And because the way that our galaxy and our planet and all of the stuff that's happening with its cyclical revolution through the great central sun, we're moving up. Everything is moving up. So now it's time for us as beings to do our work, step into our missions, work from that spiritual space with integrity, with love, with compassion, and with our heart. Okay. So with all that being said, the cards that I'm pulling for you today, the first card is going to be from the Raise Your Vibration Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards for your week. Basically, the first card is going to be your strength for the week. Your second card is going to be your weakness or your obstacle, or just having awareness of something that's going to come at you so that you are prepared on some level, even if it's just a mental level that, oh yeah, she talked about this and now here it is, right? So it gives you an option to be able to make choices as to the best path forward for yourself, okay? And then the last one is going to be your opportunity for the week. So I've already shuffled your cards. I'm going to just go ahead and pull. Oh, wow, what a pretty card. Okay, so it says you are a divine facet of the universe. I completely, wholeheartedly agree with this. When I share with people how our souls are a fragment of the God source, we came from God. We are God. We are made in God's image. This physical body, our soul that inhabits this body. We are a fragment of divinity. So this, I completely agree with this. I have known this for a long, long time. And I'm really curious as to what his message is about this card. So give me a second, because I want to read that to you. And of course, the way his book is set up is it's not listed A to Z. You are. Okay, so 86. I'm almost there. Okay, divine facets of the universe that you are. Awakening the ability to see on a spiritual level is ultimate inner work. God, this ties into exactly what Spirit was showing me when I was going to prepare for these readings this week for y'all. Personal work. Seeing divine beings and angels and having a direct experience of the universe are byproducts of being able to see yourself. Being able to see yourself is about reclaiming the truth of who you are. You are love. You are lovable and you are loving. You are divine facet of the universe. Think of the source of creation as a gigantic diamond with many facets of light. You are one of them. Now, that's a beautiful explanation, isn't it? That's a great analogy. In order for you to begin experiencing the life you deserve, you have to release the old stories that you aren't good enough. This is a big lesson right now for many people. I've gotten this in other messages for some of the other signs. So this is not just you. This is kind of universal right now. You are enough and you are highly loving, intelligent, an intelligent being. Take some time to reflect on your beauty, your talents, and your gifts. Be willing to see yourself in all your glory. Today, the universe is encouraging you to see yourself through its own holy eyes and know that you are a crucial, valuable aspect of it. You are divine. What a beautiful message. I'm so happy for you, Leo. This is beautiful. Then the last thing that he does with his explanation of each card is he gives you a little, because you know his book is called Raise Your Vibration, right? Raise Your Vibration. He gives you a little vibe of the day that matches each of the cards. I call these affirmations because when I pull these cards specifically for myself, I will throughout the day say the message to myself over and over. And the reason why I do that is because as beings, whenever we're trying to break a habit, let's say, or we want to include a new habit, we have to do that habit for 21 days. We have to say that over and 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 over to ourselves in order for it. And we have to do the exercise, whatever it is. You have to continually do it over because practice makes perfect, right? There's a reason why they describe it that way. It's because in order for it to really ingrain within us, we have to do it for 21 days as a minimum. Okay. So his message of the day is, I am willing to see my whole self. I am willing to see my whole self. So this is kind of your homework, I guess, for this week, is to honestly sit down with yourself and see the good within you. Realize that you are a facet of the divine source, that you are a facet of the God of your heart. And you're here to do a job. You're here to do a mission. You are here to hold the light within you. And so part of the information that's coming through, just the vibrational energy of us utilizing just the colors of these and this activation that's happening with our throat chakra, is to help us get all of this other stuff on board so we can step into our sovereignty. We can step into our knowingness. We can have our clairaudience kicked on so we can hear spirit. We can have our pineal gland activated so we can see clearly, so we can discern. So these are all the higher spiritual tools that we need. And part of my work is to help in whatever way I can to help people see those things and to help them integrate them into their lives. So I hope you find this helpful. Okay, so now we're going to do your reading. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so your first card, which is your strength card, is the Six of Wands. Now, what's cool about this card, so wands have to do with our passion, our creativity, our motivation, our inspiration, has to do with our intuition. So it's all of those beautiful energies, okay? And our motivation as to why we do things. So right now, Spirit is putting a fire under your butt, Leo, because you are a fire sign. And wands represent fire. This is your victory card. So as you've been working it through your life to get to where you are today, this is your victory. This is saying that the victory is yours, that you are creating this beautiful sense of success, well-being, integration. This is a really, really positive card specifically for you because this is the energy that your sign is about, okay? Your weakness is going to be the Three of Cups. Now, here's the thing. The threes have to do with creativity for the most part. Creatively looking at things outside your normal realm of looking, meaning that you're going to be seeing things differently than you have in the past. I really feel that these activations are going to be very helpful. At least I hope that they are. Spirit tells me that they are. Even if people don't recognize it immediately, it's like planting a seed, okay? You plant a seed and you nurture it and you love it and you water it and you go and you check on it and you make sure that nothing's happened to it. So that's kind of all the seeds of what we're creating with these messages, okay? The Three of Cups has to do with unity. It has to do with family, community. I mean, you can see that they're all cheering, they're all excited. However, since this card is a weakness for you this week, it could very well be that there may be a little bit of miscommunication. There may be some energy that is not quite as heartfelt, right, in your communications with others or within, maybe you're going to be involved in some kind of a celebration, because basically that's typically what this card is. For me, this is always the card of wanting to get together with my girlfriends and going out for a night just to, let down my hair and do something different and just have fun, right? There's going to be a little bit of blocks there for some reason. Maybe there's going to be things that are going to come in that are going to prevent you from completely enjoying that space as you normally would like to. However, it's just a temporary thing, right? And as this is a minor arcana, this is not going to be a major thing that you're going to have to worry about, at all. And then your final card, is the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this could be romance. The Knight of Cups, so the Knights in tarot are they're the energy of taking action. They're the ones that go out and fight the wars. They're the ones that go out and are looking for adventure. This specific knight is the Knight of Love. He's the guy that wears his heart on his sleeve. This is a person who has very good communication skills that will tell you what their feelings are, that are willing to have those types of conversations with you and lay it out on the line in the hopes that you will reciprocate your feelings towards them, okay? This is our loving knight. This is the one that really comes from a very heartfelt place. So even though you might have some blockages in terms of emotions for some reason, you are going to have a person that's going to come in and want to share from that space with you. Now, if you're in a relationship and you've been in this relationship for some time, this person might do something out of the ordinary. Maybe they'll bring you flowers. Maybe they'll write you a note. Maybe they'll do something sweet for you because they want you to know that you are loved and appreciated. Okay, Leo? This is actually a really good reading for you. This is a very positive card. All of your cards have been very positive. I really love this message that you're a divine facet of the universe, because in reality, that's truly what we all are, right? And because of this spiritual war that's happening right now, that many are not talking about, they're not saying that's what's going on, but in reality, that truly is what's going on. The dark side has been in control of our planet for quite a long time, and we are stepping up and taking it back. We are getting into our sovereignty. We are stepping into our sovereignty, and we're saying that we will no longer be a planet of slavery. We will no longer be slaves to the elites. Okay? So I hope you have an amazing week. I hope this message has been helpful to you. As always, if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and please tell your friends. I am trying to create a community where we can come together and to share some of this information so that we can absolutely move forward in our spiritual expressions, so that we can own that spiritual expressions, so that we can go within and get our answers. Because after, you can't get your information outside of you, because the messages from outside of you, there's an agenda, it just doesn't come from the highest place, doesn't come from the highest vibration that you deserve, right? And the only way you're going to get that information is if you go within. So part of what we're doing today is helping you to access, to step into that. Okay? So you take care of you. I look forward to our next communication. And until then, have a great week.